Let's get started. Start with listening, and then learn new words and practice them in sentences.
Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you didn't know what to say? It happens to the best of us, and that's where small talk comes in. Small talk isn't just idle chit-chat, it's an art. It's the gentle ebb and flow of conversation that helps us connect with others, whether it's at a social gathering, an office meeting, or even in the supermarket queue. Small talk plays a crucial role in both social and professional contexts. It's the bridge that helps us cross the gap from strangers to acquaintances, and sometimes from acquaintances to friends or business associates. It's the spark that can ignite a conversation, fostering relationships and creating opportunities. Remember, small talk isn't about grand gestures or profound statements. It's about showing genuine interest in others, being approachable, and creating a positive atmosphere. So small talk isn't just chatter, it can open doors and build connections. Now, how do you kick off a conversation? Great question. The art of initiating small talk might seem daunting, but with a few tips and tricks, it can become second nature. One strategy is to use simple, friendly introductions. A classic like, "Hi, my name is," followed by a pleasant, "How are you today?" can easily break the ice. These phrases are not only polite, but also open-ended, inviting the other person to share a bit about themselves. You could also comment on something you both have in common. Perhaps you've noticed an interesting book they're holding or a unique accessory they're wearing. A remark like, "I couldn't help but notice your book. It looks interesting. Where did you get it?" can spark a conversation and show your interest in the other person's world. But here's the key. Be genuine. Authenticity goes a long way in making others feel comfortable and eager to engage with you. Remember, the goal is to start a conversation, not to impress. Once you've broken the ice, what's next, you may ask? Well, it's all about steering the conversation towards the right topics. Now, the key here is to be mindful of your choice of topics. You want to keep it light and non-controversial. A good rule of thumb is to stick to common, neutral subjects that most people can relate to. This could be the weather, hobbies, current events, or mutual interests. For instance, you could ask, "Have you seen any good movies lately?" This is a great question because it's open-ended and gives the other person a chance to share something about themselves. On the other hand, certain topics are generally considered off-limits for small talk. These include politics, religion, and personal finances. These subjects can stir up strong emotions and lead to heated debates, which is not the goal of small talk. So remember, when it comes to small talk, sticking to safe topics ensures you won't step on any toes. And so you've started a conversation. Now, how to keep it going? Well, the key to maintaining a conversation is to show genuine interest in the other person. Ask open-ended questions that inspire more than a simple yes or no response. For example, you might ask, "What do you love most about your job?" Or, "What's the best book you've read recently?" But remember, it's not enough to just ask questions. You need to listen actively to the responses. Show that you're engaged by nodding and offering thoughtful responses. If they mention a recent vacation, for instance, don't just move on to the next question. Instead, delve deeper by asking about their favorite part of the trip or sharing a related experience of your own. And remember, it's okay to share about yourself too, but balance is key. It's not just about you, it's about both of you. Remember, a good conversation is a two-way street. What if you're in a professional setting? Good question. Professional situations like networking events, conferences, or even just the office water cooler call for a slightly different approach to small talk. Here, the key is to find a balance between being cordial and maintaining professionalism. Begin by introducing yourself, then try to find common ground related to work. You might ask, "What do you think about the latest trends in our industry?" Or, "How long have you been with your company?" These kinds of questions not only show your interest in the other person, but also demonstrate your engagement with your profession. Remember, the goal of professional small talk is not just to fill silence. It's a way to build relationships, learn from others, and, who knows, maybe even uncover opportunities for collaboration or career advancement. So the next time you find yourself at a professional event, don't shy away from small talk. Professional small talk can pave the way for work opportunities. Remember, it's not just about what you say. In the world of small talk, your body language and tone of voice play pivotal roles. They can either open doors or act as barriers in your conversation. You should aim to make a positive impression through these nonverbal cues. Start with eye contact. It's a universal sign of engagement and respect. But remember, balance is key. Too much eye contact can seem intimidating, while too little can imply disinterest. Next, your facial expressions. A genuine smile can break down walls and foster warmth in the conversation. You can also use nods and raised eyebrows to show you're actively listening and interested in the conversation. Your gestures, too, can speak volumes. Open gestures, like uncrossed arms and leaning in slightly, convey openness and interest. Lastly, pay attention to your tone of voice. It can set the mood of the conversation. Aim for a friendly, approachable, and respectful tone. Your body language and tone can speak louder than your words. What about those awkward silences? We've all been there. The conversation is going smoothly. Then suddenly, silence. It feels like an eternity. But don't panic. Awkward silences are as natural as the conversation itself. They're just pauses, and pauses are normal. So, how can you handle these pauses? First, stay calm. Remember, it's not necessarily your job alone to fill the silence. Conversations are a two-way street. However, if you feel the need to steer the conversation back on track, try transitioning to a new topic. Perhaps you can comment on something in your environment. Isn't this place beautifully decorated? Or you could share a personal anecdote. You won't believe what happened to me last week. Also, asking open-ended questions can help. These encourage your conversation partner to share more about themselves, which can naturally lead to other topics. Awkward silences are part of any conversation. It's how you handle them that counts. Okay, the conversation has run its course. Now what? It's a question that's crossed all our minds. Well, ending a conversation gracefully is just as important as starting one. It's about leaving a positive impression and opening the door for future interactions. So how can you do that? Start by using polite phrases to signal the conversation's end. You could say, "I've enjoyed our chat, but I must be going," or "It was great talking with you. Let's catch up again soon." Of course, always match your words with sincerity. A genuine smile or a warm tone of voice can make a world of difference. And don't forget to express interest in seeing them again. It could be as simple as, "I hope to see you at the next meeting." Remember, a graceful exit is about more than just saying goodbye. It's about leaving the other person feeling valued and eager for your next encounter. Ending a conversation well leaves a lasting positive impression. Let's put these tips into practice. Now that we've discussed the basics of small talk, it's time to put our knowledge to the test. Imagine you're at a casual party and you spot someone standing alone. You approach and start the conversation with a friendly, "Hello, my name is..." Remember to pick an appropriate topic, maybe the food or the music. Now, imagine you're on a coffee break at work and a colleague joins you. You could start by saying, "It's a beautiful day, isn't it?" Or "Did you catch the latest episode of that popular show?" Remember to listen actively, respond thoughtfully, and keep the conversation flowing smoothly. Finally, picture yourself at a professional networking event. You meet a potential business partner. Start with, "I've heard great things about your work." Or, "What do you think about the latest industry trends?" Remember to maintain a professional tone and body language. Remember, practice makes perfect. So, let's recap what we've learned. We've explored the importance of small talk in building relationships and creating opportunities in both social and professional contexts. We've learned how to kickstart a conversation with engaging opening lines and intriguing questions. We've identified appropriate topics for small talk, steering clear of potentially contentious subjects such as politics or religion. We've discussed strategies to maintain the conversation, using open-ended questions and showing sincere interest. We've also navigated the nuances of professional small talk, finding common ground through work-related topics. We've underscored the role of body language and tone of voice, and tackled those awkward silences with grace, smoothly transitioning to new topics. We've also learned how to wrap up a conversation politely, leaving a positive impression and opening the door for future interactions. Remember, practice makes perfect. Regularly seek out opportunities for conversation to hone your small talk skills. With these tips, you're now equipped to make effective small talk. So go out there and start conversing.
Let's learn new words and practice English at level B2. Engage. Engage, to participate or become involved in. Example, engaging in small talk can help you make new friends. Initiate. Initiate, to begin or start. Example, he initiated the conversation by asking about the weather. Common ground. Common ground, shared interests, beliefs, or opinions between people. Example, finding common ground can make small talk more enjoyable. Compliment. Compliment, a polite expression of praise or admiration. Example, giving a genuine compliment can break the ice in a conversation. Segue. Segue, to move smoothly and unhesitatingly from one topic to another. Example, she seamlessly segued from talking about work to discussing hobbies.